Welcome back to another live coaching video, and this week we are doing the Cooking with the Holistic Nutritionist, that's me, Carmen Oling series, and today I'm showing you how to make a smoothie at home the right way. So thank you so much for joining me again. If you haven't joined me before, my name is Carmen Oling. I'm a holistic nutritionist, personal empowerment coach, and transformational speaker. Everybody's always like, whoa, what the heck do all those words mean? Basically, my work is really dedicated to guiding ambitious women just like you to get rid of that never-ending to-do list that's on constant repeat in your head. Stop those limiting beliefs and build sustainable health rituals so you can have endless energy and really live the life of your dreams. So let's get started and let's talk a little bit about the difference between a smoothie, or what I like to call it, a meal replacement shake, versus a protein shake. So when I think of just a protein shake, that is just going to be protein powder and a liquid. So you're just gonna be getting in basically protein, and that's it. So when would you use this? So you would use this maybe if you were trying to build muscle, and after you worked out, you might have a protein shake, take it with you to the gym, drink it on the way home. You might have this if you have a hard time getting in your protein during the day through other whole food sources, or you might have this as a sweet treat at the end of the night. If you're really craving something, it's always better to have a lean protein source than it would be to have like sugary processed food. Now, a smoothie or meal replacement smoothie can still have protein in it, but it's also going to be a complete meal. So like I always talk about, when you make your plate, this is how, like, the simplest way to make a healthy plate so you can have fat loss, so you can have energy, so you can get all the nutrients in that you need. Half a plate of veggies, some lean protein, a little bit of healthy fat, and carbohydrates as needed. So I'm gonna show you a recipe, but let me talk to you a little bit about, think back the last time you made a smoothie or a shake or whatever you wanna call it at home. What was the bulk of it? Like, what was the biggest amount of ingredient that you put in there? If you're like most people, you are going to say fruit. Well, I put in a cup of frozen berries and I put in a banana. So like all this fruit that you're putting in is straight carbohydrates. So that's just like starting to build your plate with a big side of pasta. If you get me, if you get where I'm going here. And the other thing about fruit too is, well, fruit is good for you because it has fiber and it has other nutrients in it. Too much of a good thing can be too much. So our liver has to process that special type of sugar that's in fruit called fructose, and it has to process that out. But we want our liver to be doing other things. It's our detoxifying organ. It's our fat burning organ. So too much of a good thing can be too much. So how I always like to start mine is the same way I make my plate, but I do always start with a liquid. So first things first, we are gonna be making this blueberry smoothie. It is going to be delicious. And I start with a cup to a cup and a half of the liquid of your choice. You could use water, you could use unsweetened almond milk. I'm using unsweetened cashew milk. You could use flaxseed milk. I would just stay away from some of the newer milks like the oat milk because those are gonna be higher in carbohydrates, and always, I just recommend as an ambitious woman that's always on the go, like stay away from soy when you can. Okay, so we're starting with a cup and a half of the milk. And then we gotta get our veggies in. So you're not gonna taste this at all. I always get baby spinach. I think it mixes really well, but you wanna make sure that you get organic baby spinach, because just like strawberries, spinach is on the top of the Environmental Working Group's Dirty Dozen, which means like the 12 foods that if you're gonna buy something organic, you wanna buy organic. And so you can measure this, or you can just do like one big handful. So spinach is spinach. I'm gonna put in a little bit extra, and you wanna kind of shove it down. Okay, so now we have our veggies and we are check marking off that box, extra nutrients in there. The next thing that we are going to add is we are gonna add our protein. So I've really been into plant-based protein powders, but some of them can really taste like shit, like let me tell you. So I get this one, it's a Tone It Up protein powder. You can buy it at Target. This is vanilla. The reason why I like this is because it is a protein powder. So it's not a meal replacement itself because I'm making the meal replacement here. So when you're picking your protein powder, make sure to look at the ingredients. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients. It's sweetened with monk fruit. So if you're someone that doesn't like stevia, you might like this because usually you like monk fruit. And then when you're looking at how much fat it has, how much protein it has, and how much carbohydrates, you want to try to be around 15 to 25 grams of protein and less than 4 grams of carbs, less than 3 grams of fat or so. So it's really not like a meal replacement. There are protein powders out there that are more like meal replacements where the carbohydrates are even higher than the amount of protein. You don't want those. Okay, when you're measuring this though, like if you get a scoop like this, it's gonna be way over the amount. So what I like to do is you can measure it with a scale, or you can just take your butter knife and you can just flatten it out, and that's gonna get you a lot closer to an actual serving. Okay, so now we have our liquid, now we have our veggies, now we have our protein. I am gonna bump up the nutrition a little bit and add some ground flaxseed. Why? This is gonna add a little bit of extra fiber and healthy fats. And so again, because it is a fat, so any fat or carbohydrates or protein, you wanna measure that out, and I have a tablespoon here. I like to get the organic Bob's Red Mill, and then I put it in jars like this and keep it in the fridge. It keeps good longer that way. Up next, we're adding our healthy fat. This is just almond butter. So the ingredients on these are dry roasted almonds and sea salt. Now this is where you can add a lot of extra calories that are unnecessary. So you do want to make sure that you measure this out. Again, I usually use a food scale. Today I'm just going to scrape it off the top and then use the butter knife actually to get it out of the tablespoon. Okay, so now we have our veggies, we have our protein, we have our healthy fats, we have that added bonus with the flax seed in there, and I've already measured out a 1/4 cup of blueberries. You heard me right, 1/4 cup. 4 tablespoons. And I like to choose berries because berries, they come frozen. So that means the nutrients are locked in and there's fiber in there, and they have a little bit of a sweetness to them as well. So again, I'm only doing 1/4 cup to this whole thing. Okay, so I'm dumping that in. And always, I love to add flavor where I can. I am a cinnamon lover, so I am just going to sprinkle in some cinnamon, as much or as little as you want. So here comes the part. I use a Ninja blender. It's like a blender food processor in one. It's really cool. It comes with cups like these, shorter cups. It comes with the blender, and it comes with the food processor attachment. I've used it for years. I bought mine at Costco, and my old one actually broke, and I didn't know this about Costco, but I was trying to buy another one. I'm gonna blend this really quick. So I kind of shake it down, and I had asked if they had it, and they're asking, well, what's up? And I said, oh, it broke. And they said, did you buy it here? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, we'll replace it. I was like, what? I didn't know that. Apparently it's a thing. My good rule of thumb is blend for a minute. Even if you don't think you need to blend for a minute, like somehow it just like makes it like, I don't even know if emulsify, is that a tongue twister, is the right word, but look at how like thick it is. And yes, it's green, but who really gives a shit, right? Okay, I'm gonna try it for you. I like to use a straw. Okay, here is the biggest pro tip is like these straws that come in like all those old water bottles that you don't need anymore, like save them and they can run through the dishwasher and that you're not adding to like the plastic, you know, you can just like reuse these. The other pro tip is if you are having a smoothie that includes berries, always check your teeth when you're done because there's always something in my teeth when I am done. So here's how it turned out. Give it a little try. Delicious. It's like creamy and smooth. You can really taste like the almond butter. It's not too over sweet. I know, but it's like just sweet enough. You know how sometimes things are too sweet? The other thing is I used vanilla protein powder, but you can use chocolate too. So one of my clients that I'm working with said that they love that they think it tastes like cake. So try that too. Oh, I love that Jenny just said, my smoothies are toddler approved and husband approved. All of my recipes like taste awesome. That's the thing. So they're like family approved, but hey, we're doing this for ourselves. Like as a busy woman, we need to take care of ourselves first and then we can take care of the family and they can try some too. So I'll just be over here having my smoothie, and until tomorrow, I can't wait to show you what we're cooking up Thursday and Friday. But thank you so much for joining me. And remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, eat real food so you can have endless energy and live that freaking life of your dreams. Enjoy your afternoon.